they say that you won't understand until you have your own baby how much love that you can have for something so small and helpless. And you know what, it's really true. And I found out on my birthday last year on the 22nd of June that I was pregnant. I was absolutely thrilled because I'd been hoping that I was, and I was, and it was just the most amazing present ever. And you know, I was very, very excited and just thrilled at the prospect that I was going to have another little bundle. And but at the same time, it's nerve-wracking because you worry then, oh gosh, you know, if I eat this or if I eat that or if I do this or do that, am I going to harm the baby in some way? And are they going to be okay when they're born and 10 fingers and 10 toes? And you know, there's so many things that you think about, even though you're absolutely thrilled at the same time. But you know, you still just, you have to go through the motions, and you have to wait until the 12 weeks are up before you can have your first scan, and for them to check that everything is okay. And in the meantime then, when you're waiting to tell everybody, because you know, they say don't tell anybody until you're 12 weeks, just to make sure. But you're dying to tell absolutely everybody they meet on the street. You want to jump up and down and scream it and shout it out, but you can't. You have to wait. But when the time comes, it's absolutely brilliant, and everybody's delighted for you, of course, you know. And then there's the prospect of actually having the scan itself. You're sitting there in the waiting room and wondering, are they going to find anything that could be wrong with the baby, or worse, that it could be twins or triplets. And when we went in, the lady that had been in before us actually had just found out that she had twins, but we only had one in there. And thankfully, from what they could see, everything was grand, and he was, well, we didn't know it was a he at the time, but the baby was fine. 10 fingers and 10 toes from what they could see anyway. But then you just go through the pregnancy, and well, I had morning sickness. I don't know why they call it morning sickness, because it was morning, noon and night sickness for me. But still, you do know that it's going to be worth it at the end of it all. And then as your belly starts to get bigger and all sorts of things, some weird and not so wonderful things happen in your body, then you feel the most amazing thing in the whole world when you feel the baby move for the first time. And it's such a weird feeling to try and describe. It's like it's alien and it's wonderful at the same time. And I suppose the easiest way to describe it is that it's like butterflies at first, until obviously they get bigger, and then you can feel big time movement, and you can actually see when you're close to your term, you can actually see like a little foot sticking out of your tummy, or a little elbow moving, or a bum, or totally weird but totally wonderful at the same time, and except for when it gets uncomfortable. But then the time comes when it's time to actually have the baby, and that's scary enough as well, but we'll brush over that bit very quickly. And then when the baby is born, when Sam was born, it's such a sense of achievement as a mum, you know, that you've done all this hard work, you've nurtured this little bundle for 9 months, you've done everything that you're supposed to do right, and here they are. It comes to the moment that you're going to meet them, and the nurse and the midwife say it's a girl or it's a boy. In our case, it's a boy, and there he is, and he's just amazing. This tiny little bundle that you've made,